GCam 7.2 with 48 megapixel support on the Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and guess what? You can now use 48 megapixel mode or shoot 48 megapixel pictures on your Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro running GCam 7.2. Before we get into further details, let me tell you that I'm not at home right now and this is not my regular setup, so the audio and video quality might not be what you are used to. Not saying I have the best audio and video quality, but this might not be pretty good. We can first go into settings and then we'll go into about phone. As you can see, I do have the Redmi K20 Pro running MIUI 11.0.3.0 based on Android 10. What are the prerequisites for this video? The prerequisite for this video is that you need to be rooted using Magisk and have Magisk Manager installed. All the files which we need are linked in the description of the video, and these are the files which you need. So you need a GCam 7.2 build from Burial, and then you also need a Magisk module to enable the 48 megapixel mode, which is the first file over here, ESMod Mi 90 Pro. This is a zip file, and as I mentioned earlier, links to both of these can be found in the description of the video. First thing we need to do is we will open Magisk Manager, click on the 3-bar menu on the top left, and then go into modules. Once we are in modules, we will click on the plus sign and then click on the 3-dot menu on the top right and select show internal storage. If you get the option as hide internal storage, then you need not do anything. Next, you need to click on the 3-bar menu on the top left and select your device's name. In this case, the Redmi K20 Pro. Now you need to navigate to the folder where you have downloaded the Magisk module to enable 48 megapixel picture shooting on your GCam 7.2. If you downloaded the file on your phone directly, it will be in the download folder. In my case, it is in the root directory, and this is the file which we're looking for, esmod_mi90 pro imx586 android 10. And yes, before I forget, this is for Android 10 only. So we will select the file, wait for the module to install. Once that is done, click on reboot. Back into Android, we can unlock our device. We'll go back into Magisk and check whether the module was installed successfully. So there it is. As you can see, the module was installed successfully and it is active. How do you know it is active? You can tell that by the check mark sign inside the circle. Next thing, we'll go into File Manager, go into APKs and install the GCam 7.2 build by Burial and then click on install. You may also want to uninstall any other GCam ports which you have installed on your Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro because they might interfere with this build which we have. Next thing, once everything is installed, we can go back to the home screen and bam, there it is. We have the camera application. We will tap on it, give it all the permissions it is looking for. Now, for some of you, the camera application might not open or it might crash. In that case, what you need to do is you will go into settings and then you'll go into apps, go into manage apps. You can search for the camera application and then once you search for it, select the GCam application and then click on clear data and select clear all data. You run into these issues because you have had other versions of GCam ports installed, and as I mentioned earlier, they do interfere with the new builds which we installed. So we are going to open the new GCam 7.2 port, tap on the down arrow, go into settings, go into advanced, scroll down, look for our favorite friend, use 48 MP mode. There it is. Once you enable this toggle, your pictures will now be taken in 48 megapixels as long as you have selected 48 megapixel on the top right. So if you tap on it, it will change to 12 megapixels. Tap on it one more time, it will change back to 48 megapixels. Now a downside of switching to 48 megapixels is that the UI is a bit slow. I'm sorry about all the reflection and all, but the viewfinder is pretty slow. It's not as smooth as what you would expect if you are in 12 megapixel mode. So that is a downside. And of course, when you zoom in, from what I have learned, you are going to lose in on detail as compared to 12 megapixel, because in 12 megapixel mode pixel binning works, wherein they combine 4 pixels into one, because you do have a 48 megapixel sensor. So they'll combine 4 pixels into one and you get more detail. In 48 megapixel mode you will get less detail. I might be wrong, but that is what I have read. Another thing you would like to note down is that because the viewfinder is slow, you would not be able to take pictures of objects which are moving. So 48 megapixel mode at the time of recording this video is only recommended for stationary objects. How do you know whether a picture is taken in 48 megapixel or not? Well, we can go into Google Photos. Don't update it right now. Here's a picture which I took. We can click on the eye icon and bam, it is in 12 megapixels. We can go back, swipe across. Here's another picture which I took, and bam, 48 megapixel. You can also see that the size of the picture here is 28 MB, whereas on this one it is just 6.2 MB. Here is another picture which I took, again 12 megapixel, 8.2 MB. 48 megapixels is 27 MBs. We can try taking a picture right now. So we will open the camera application. As you can see, we are in the 48 megapixel mode. There it is, and let me just take a picture. Bam, this is the picture which we just took. Click on the home button. We can now go into Google Photos, go back one more time, check out this picture, click on the I button, and bam, it is 48 megapixel. Don't worry about the colors. My situation right now is that the colors won't come out good because the lighting is not good over here, but you'll get awesome colors. We can now take another picture and say the 12 megapixel mode. Bam, here's the picture. Home screen, Google Photos. Go back one more time. Wait for the picture to show up in Google Photos. Sometimes it's kind of slow. Here it is. I button, and bam, 12 megapixel picture has been taken. So here it is. Here's a picture. We change over to 48 megapixel mode. We can take this picture, right? And then we can switch over to 12 megapixel in the same session. So we are now in the 12 megapixel, and let me take another picture. Now, if you go into Google Photos, you will see that the 48 megapixel picture wasn't saved, or it won't show up in your photos. Now that is because you have different algorithms to process 12 megapixel and 48 megapixel. So once you go back to the home screen, you kind of refresh everything in the background, the viewfinder, and then your 48 megapixel picture is not overwritten. So here is the picture. You can see it will be in 12 megapixel. So there it is, peeps. That is how you use GCam 7.2 with 48 megapixel pictures on your Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro. And that will do it for this video. I hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.